Good morning, folks. It's Harry from Pilelistracing giving you Saturday's best bets, and there's 4 bets today on an incredibly busy day of flat racing, and I'll be giving you a quick rundown of them now with explanations for each. So first up we have the Victoria Cup at 350 at Ascot, and I'm going for a big pricer here in Smarty Socks each way at 33 to 1. Smarty Socks is a grand old performer for his up-and-coming trainer, David O'Meara. He's had a really good record at Ascot in the past. This is his trip, 7 furlongs. This is his preferred distance. And even though he's getting on, he has still got plenty to give, I think, this season. So he is definitely expected to run a big race today, in my eyes, even though he is 33 to 1. So watch out for him. Some of the bookies are offering 5 places on the race, so obviously if you are able to get on with them, do it. Next up we have Harrison George in the 5:10 at Lingfield. This is another old horse, but certainly not done with yet, and the key today is him returning to his preferred 7 furlong trip. Last time over 6 he's been running well as well, but 7 furlongs is what he wants. And he's been ready to win for a while now off this handicap mark, which means that he's on a good weight compared to his overall record. And the conditions are in his favour today. He's just got a lady amateur rider on top today, who will be taking off £5, which further helps his racing weight. And I expect him to go very, very close indeed. He's a very straightforward horse, so the jockey's not going to have too much trouble controlling him. And he's around 4 to 1, and he looks certainty to go close at least. And that's in the 5:10 at Lingfield. We then move to Nottingham for the 5:35, and a horse called Outlaw Torn. I backed this last time and it ran a cracker at a big price. It came 4th, and amazingly the handicapper has actually taken the view that to drop him by £3, which means that he's going to be. The handicapper was unimpressed with that, but I thought it was a perfectly good run, and the fact that he's now £3 lower in the weights means that his time to win is again coming soon. You'd have thought, because he's always been competitive off of marks around 57, and that's what he is today. He is pretty sure he's a front runner, so there's no hiding place with him. He will blast out, and if he's good enough, he's good enough. If he's not, he's not. And around 12 to 1 in a race where I think there's a few doubts over his opposition, I think that's a really good price. So 12 to 1, Outlaw Torn in the 5:35 Nottingham. And finally, probably my best bet of the day actually, is in the 8:35 at Warwick, a horse called Albacoa, a horse I've followed very, very closely over the past few years. Haven't made much profit out of him, but I think today is the day actually. Albacoa at 14 to 1 in the 8:35 Warwick. Now this horse is definitely best over around about a mile, I think, but today's trip is 7 furlongs, and that'll suit him a lot better than the 1 mile and 2 furlongs that he's been running over the last few times on the flat, on the turf. He had a poor winter on the all-weather. It doesn't seem like the all-weather's for him. I think that the way that the tracks ride and just don't suit his running style at all. And the return to turf will definitely suit him. He's back there now on a really attractive mark. And to be honest with you, 14 to 1 today looks really, really big. Kieran Fallon isn't riding like he has done the last few times, but Pat Cosgrove will do a good job, I'm sure. And that might even be a little bit of a mask so that the connections of this horse can get a better price today. Albacoa looks really, really attractive, even over a slightly shorter trip than is ideal, and that's in the 8:35 at Warwick. So just very, very quickly, Smarty Socks each way in the 350 Ascot, Harrison George 4 to 1 each way in the 5:10 at Lingfield, Outlaw Torn 12 to 1 each way in the 5:35 at Nottingham, and Albacoa 14 to 1 each way in the 8:35 at Warwick. Best of luck to you, and I will speak to you this time next week. Thank you.